How is it possible that in an era where you can manage your entire life from a smartphone, that we're still using an 18th century model of representation to govern a 21st century nation? Hi everyone, my name is Dan Williams, and I'm running for the United States House of Representatives in Florida's 11th District. Now, I'm not a career politician. I have a background in engineering, and I've been spending 25 years doing computer and design work at Walt Disney World. And for the last 2 decades, I've been a college professor, and I'm currently teaching computer programming for mobile apps and websites at Full Sail University. Oh, and a fun fact, I was also a contestant on a reality TV show hosted by the great Stan Lee of Marvel fame, where I played a superhero named Parthenon. But today, I'm coming to you as a concerned citizen who believes it is time to fundamentally upgrade how we're represented in America. If you look at the current makeup of the United States House, the vast majority of representatives have a background in political science, law, business, or accounting. Now, out of the 435 members of Congress, do you know how many have an actual background in computer science or technology? Only 5 out of 435 members. Now, think about why that matters. Right now, Congress is trying to make rules and laws for new technology that will change our future. They're voting on AI, cryptocurrency, and big companies that sell your private data. Your phone is actually listening to you right now just to figure out what ads to show you. But we have almost no laws to stop it. And why? Because the people writing the laws do not understand how technology works. We need people in Washington who know technology, and we need leaders who can look at an AI bill and spot those loopholes in the laws. Now, I do not see our government's problems as just a political fight. I see this like a broken machine that we need to fix. And that brings me to the main idea of my campaign, direct democracy. I call my platform Ask America, and it will be powered by the Digital Democracy Project and the secured voting app called Voatz. And here's how it works. Every time we have a major bill that comes up for a vote in Washington, D.C., I'll make a short video. I'll explain exactly what a yes vote means and what a no vote means. And I'll be using plain English and not any confusing lawyer talk. I'll also skip all the political fighting and the political talking points. And at the end of the video, I will clearly tell you how I think we should vote and what is the best interest of our people in our district. Now, this will also be clearly labeled so people know that this is just my opinion of the bill and not facts. Then the people in my district will use a safe and secured voting app to vote on that bill. The rules of the system are clear. You vote and I listen. Whatever the majority of my district decides on a bill is how I will vote up in DC. My personal feelings will not matter. I know it might sound scary, but I have a few ideas on how we can actually help people start voting for what is best in our whole community. For very important bills, we can actually, as a community, have a pre-vote. And this would be a vote to see what would happen if we try to add my name as a sponsor to a bill. And if we vote yes on that, my name goes on as a co-sponsor. And then our final vote would have to be for that bill. Now, if the pre-vote fails, then we know we have a lot of work to do. We need to start reaching out to our friends, our family, our coworkers in our district. And we can talk to them and have them vote on the full bill when it comes up. And it basically gives us 2 chances at important bills. And it also gives us a chance to make sure that I'm explaining the bill in words that everyone will understand. Now, will there be growing pains? Absolutely. When you're the first to do something, there always are. But I believe it'll be worth it in the end. Now, we the people of District 11 can change how Congress works at a fundamental level. We can prove that the voice of all people matters, and not just the elite few. Now, while we're building this new system, we also have to keep in mind that there are massive other problems holding our countries back. And I'm focused on fixing all of them. The first one I'm going to tackle is our schools, by protecting public education and lowering student interest loan rates. We also need real accountability for our congressional members, which means passing stricter term limits and blocking members of Congress from trading stocks. And if you write the laws, then you probably shouldn't be the ones profiting off the stock market. And we must also protect your digital privacy from these giant data brokers that are trying to sell your data. We also need to protect our environment, and we can do this by focusing on renewable energy solutions like solar, wind, and wave power. By adopting these new technologies, we can reduce our use of fossil fuels and build a cleaner, sustainable future. To fix Washington, we also have to fix how we campaign. Right now, every candidate does their own thing. We have dozens of tiny events in separate little silos. And I'm trying to change that. I'm bringing candidates together to pool our resources so we can host big, energetic events that people actually want to show up for. And as a programmer of websites and mobile apps, I decided to build those tools to make this happen. I created a website called jointhebluewave.org. It is designed to make it easy for voters to find out more information about us candidates, including those smaller seats that cannot afford to or do not have the skills to make a website of their own. Now, voters can type in their address, and the site automatically sorts out their specific districts. It also has an interactive map that explains the state's recent redistricting and tells people exactly if their district boundaries have changed. But I'm not just building websites for voters. I'm using my skills to lift up other candidates as well. For example, I created the campaign logo and website for Robin Elaine Lawrence running in Florida's House District 26. I designed the campaign signs for Ronnie Murchison Riviera over in Congressional District 6. And we regularly host button-making nights, parties right at my house to help fund and supply all of our campaigns. So we're not in this by ourselves. Every single candidate in Florida right now, we are a team. And we're working together for the exact same goal, to flip Florida blue one single seat at a time. And I'm all about empowering our community with good, fact-based information, because an informed population is an unstoppable population. And this will be a massive test for our whole country. We don't have to wait for Washington to fix itself. We don't have to wait for politicians that are willing to give up their own power. And when we win this election, we'll be the very first district in American history to vote this way. When it works here, it will spread to every part of the country. And voters everywhere will look at our district and say, why is my leader ignoring me when Dan Williams' district gets to vote directly? We can take away the power from the few and give it back to the people. And we can do it without passing a single new law. We just have to elect someone willing to hand the power directly back to you guys. Our world is changing, and it is time for our leaders to change with it. True leadership is not about sending one person to Washington to make a guess for 800,000 people. It's about building a system that allows 800,000 people to speak with one clear, loud voice. I would be deeply honored to earn your support. Let's make history, let's fix this system, and let's prove that the future of Congress starts right here. Please visit my website at danwilliamsforcongress.com or check out jointhebluewave.org to see our tools and get involved. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.